What's up, world? It's Janeé, and we are back with another episode of Hey Janeé. This is my love letter to the world. I'm saying, hey, world, and I want to hear it back.
Hey, Janeé.
Hey, Janeé.
Hey, Jekalyn. So today we are joined by none other than the incredible Jekalyn Carr.
Aw, thank you.
And, of course, my illustrious co-host, Zada Luby.
Hi.
So I'm excited. It's Thursday. The weekend is near.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to taping earlier in the week. So taping at the end of the week. Whew, this week was a tough one. But every week we want to focus on our moment of joy.
Yes.
So I want to start off by asking our guests, what was your moment of joy this week, Jekalyn?
There are so many. I can't pinpoint a moment, but I do know for me, I've been choosing joy. I've been choosing peace because people got to understand it's a choice in life, you know, and you can't control everything that happens. However, you control how you react. And I choose to protect my joy and my peace.
Wow, that was such a powerful thing because when I choose a theme every week and I really struggle initially because you were here, I was thinking something faith-based, you know, but in the journey that I have had this week, it has been one of having to make a choice to be optimistic, to be happy, all of those things. So I think that might end up actually being the theme. Yeah, choosing joy. Zada, you want to share your moment of joy for the week?
So I actually was able to step into a managerial role it's a hospitality company.
Okay.
And they had a big competition. And it was chefs competing, it was DJs competing, and then it was also mixology competition. And it was just really cool that I'm so young and I was able to step into that position. I was able to help people and direct things and actually have like a really big purpose in such like a big event. So it was cool. It was a great experience.
Congratulations.
Congrats. That sounds like a huge challenge to take on as like in a new role, but I know you did that thing. I am so happy for you. And congratulations on that. I have so many things as well that I could pick from, but I think I want to choose something that's like really, it might seem small to people, but so I have a dog, Fletcher. He's like my son. I don't have any children, so he is my all.
He's your baby.
Yeah, he's my baby. And he started out with some reactivity issues. So I adopted him. He's a rescue. I got him when he was 2 years old. And I used to not be able to walk him through my neighborhood because there were so many other dogs in the neighborhood. So when we would walk, he would just be lunging and barking and going crazy. And I did a lot of training with him. That was very expensive. Training him was expensive. And then I was like, I just can't afford this. I started walking him outside of the neighborhood until he could like kind of heal. And then I started walking with treats. And so now we walk the neighborhood. All the dogs know that I have treats.
Aww.
So everyone is excited to see him.
Yes.
And when I walked him on Wednesday, we walked with 4 other dogs. Aww. It was a huge pack, and my neighbor took a photo, and there's like me and all the puppies sitting around waiting for me to throw them treats. I've become like the Pied Piper of pups, me and my salmon sticks.
I love that.
Yeah, so that was really a moment of joy, just thinking back. Ray knows Fletcher was a wild boy, and he went from reactive to now social, and I just feel like a proud parent.
I love that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, such a simple thing, but it
means a lot to you, and that's all that matters.
It was a really special moment.
Yeah.
So just to get some of the stuff out of the way, you know, we do a few things on a regular basis here. One of them is See Stream Skip. It's a segment where we talk about things I suggest you might go see in the theater or stream on, you know, cable. So for this week, let me see. You got any concerts coming up? I might want to send the folks to your audience.
In Atlanta, yes. In October, October 4th, I'll be here for an event that is happening at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater.
Okay. So go see Jekalyn at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater, October 4th.
Yep.
Love it. Perfect. For stream, I'm going to suggest streaming The Paper on Peacock. It's similar to The Office if you like The Office, but updated, and Melvin Gregg, one of my favorite new generation actors, is on there. But it's really funny, dry, my kind of humor. I'm going to suggest that. Also, my friend Taylor Polidor is in Beauty and Black, which is on Netflix, and the second half of the first season comes out September 11th, Thursday, which is technically we're taping day, but obviously the episode's going to come out a little bit later. But y'all will be able to catch up either way. All the episodes will be online. For my skip, I'm going to say skip making excuses.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all are trying to be more disciplined. I think that, we can be disappointed in ourselves for falling short, but I think excuses are just useless.
Yeah.
Stop with excuses. Just say I'm sorry and do better.
That's
or,
right.
Right.
Exactly.
Make it a point to
Yeah.
how can I be more disciplined so that this doesn't happen? And it's something I'm preaching to myself as much as anyone else. I definitely want to be more disciplined. Okay, so my work for the week, sending folks to check out. I interview Montel Jordan. Are you a Montel Jordan fan?
I did. Yes, my mom used to watch them all the time.
Oh Lord, we got an age difference here. She talking about her mom. I was in my bedroom listening to Montel as a teenager. Yes. Well, he's such an incredible guy, and I had no idea. I interviewed him. He's dealing with prostate cancer right now. He's a spokesperson for Zero Prostate Cancer, which is this nonprofit that they have screening events all around. And he had an event on Monday. But I interviewed him for Essence Magazine, so everyone can check out the story on essence.com. If you look up Montel, I had an incredible interview with him, and every week he's so upbeat. He's actually, I think he is a pastor now, very faith-driven, and he is motivated to be the blueprint. He talked about how Chadwick Boseman passed, and none of us knew what he was dealing with. And he was saying when people go through cancer, they have this inclination to not share because they don't want to bring other people down or they don't want to be pitied. But he was saying that it just makes it more difficult for other people who go through it because they don't have a template to look at. And he said that he really, when it happened to him, he didn't want to tell anyone, but he felt God speak to him and say, you need to be the template. So he went through the original, they detected it, I think stage 1 or stage 2. He had a surgery and was totally cancer-free 9 months ago. And then more recently, his scans showed that it had returned, and he's going through treatment right now. So I just want to all put out good energy for Montel Jordan and his family. Send him love, send him prayers.
Yes.
We see him healing. We see him with a bright future ahead. He has chosen this as his purpose that he's stepping into. And he has a documentary as well called Sustain, which comes out next year. So I just want to support Montel.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's get into Jekalyn. Because I heard you were just inducted into the Gospel Hall of Fame this weekend.
Yes. It was so exciting, so surreal. When I first started, I always knew that I was destined to do great things, but I didn't know that a lot of accomplishments that I would have would be at a very young age. I'm 28 years old being inducted into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. And so it's just God is faithful. And it just shows how far your reach is. That's a sign that somebody's listening to you.
Yeah.
And somebody's playing your music. Somebody is being touched and inspired, because those accomplishments just doesn't come across every day.
No, they really don't. And I was telling you before we turned the cameras on, you have it, you're on the radio. I was working with I1 Digital, which is through Radio One, same company basically, just they got all these different departments.
Yes.
And constantly hearing such amazing praise for you. Aww. So just know wherever you go, you're really valued by, your radio community. Aww. You've done amazing things in that space.
Thank you.
Can we talk about how many, you're wearing so many different hats. You're an actress. You preach. You sing. You do radio. how do you wear the different hats? Like, do you, like, when you get up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Like, are you thinking about the schedule and what the day has ahead? Like,
So I'm one who like to know my schedule ahead of time. That way I know how to balance, and it makes it easier for me. It makes the week easier for me. And with that being said, my days varies. Some days I wake up and I go to the station, and then it's the gym, and then I have to go to interviews and things of that sort. And then there are times where I can't make it to the station, but I have work to do. It just really depends on where I am. But, you know, I would say in addition to that, I have a very great team who makes it easy for me.
Yeah.
I think that plays a huge part in it, in making sure that I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to do. And you got to have the right people working with you in order to be able to do that.
Yeah. Having the right team is so crucial. I know that. I love my team so much. They bring so much to the table, and they help me be able
Sometimes
to do
all you gotta
my
do
best.
is show up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
But can you talk a little bit about, like, discerning who to choose to be on your team, or how to, like, keep the right people there, and also not just that, but, like, the whole exchange that has to happen for you to have a successful team, like, you know, both you're keeping your energy right, but also, like, kind of like watching the people around you and, like, checking in with them. And...
Yeah. That is very important. And that's a very great point, because people got to understand that there are certain people that are assigned to your vision. And sometimes it could be for that particular vision, and sometimes it could be for a few. So to help you know what's what, for me, I always have to ask God for the destiny helpers for each vision that he has given me, because I was telling someone earlier this week, sometimes, you know, just because they work on one, that doesn't mean they're supposed to be there for everything else. It's just really you discerning that and understanding that. I've grown to be a little strict because
you have to be.
You have to be.
Yes.
Because I just don't believe in hiring people that you have to babysit. I don't believe in having people that you have to do their job for them. What's the point in having them on the job? You know, of course, now, you know, you give me what you have, we can work through it, we can make adjustments and all that, but I don't want to feel like I'm doing your job for you. You know, so that plays a part. And it just, you want the people who works in excellence, who take their job seriously, people who's open to learning, people who can take direction well.
Yes, that part.
Because some people don't like to listen. Some people, this is how I want to do it, and they forget. It's kind of my vision. So no matter what the role is, and then make it fun. You know, it shouldn't feel like, oh, I'm going to work. Even though we have our days, but I have a great team. We love to laugh. We love to, you know, have a good time. When it's time to work, it's time to work. And when it's time to enjoy, it's time to enjoy.
Love that. Zada, you can pop in at any time, because I know sometimes, like, Zada will sit here and wait for me to say, Zada, what do you think?
Well, I was really excited when we were going to be interviewing you, because when I was younger, I discovered you because I literally searched up, I searched up modern gospel music because I wanted to find something that was kind of like in the middle, where it wasn't like super like old school music, and something that I could listen to casually, like all the time on the go. And you were one of the first people that popped up.
Aww.
And one of my favorite songs from you is Bigger.
Oh.
I love that song. I listen to it all the time. I listen to that in the gym.
Oh, in the gym.
Because it's very motivational.
Yeah.
It's very upbeat too. And I wanted to know what is your process for songwriting and coming up with the music that you make? Like, do you get it from God? Is it like he speaks through you and through your lyrics?
Yeah, I definitely have to get it from God. That's just what works for me. That's what has given my song substance. One thing about me and my team, period, we never release anything that we hadn't gotten the okay from God first. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he knows what his people need. And so when it comes to writing, it's different for each song. You're Bigger. My dad, he actually wrote that. He was in church and, got a download. And then we went, I think I had to speak in D.C., if I'm not mistaken. And they have like this space museum or something like that. And then a lot of the inspiration was drawn from there, and understanding that if he's bigger than the universe, he's bigger than your problem. So that's where you get a lot of that from. And then in that song, I wanted to call out issues. I couldn't call out every issue, but you get the point. For people to know that it doesn't matter how big it is to you, it's just right for him. It's beneath him. He can handle it, and yeah, you will win. I would hear people's, people share how their situation was winning over them when it's supposed to be the other way around. And in that song, I just really wanted to challenge or activate the champion in them to know that you're going to win, and everything attached to you is going to win. And just the list goes on and on. So it's different. I get downloads in different places, maybe on a plane. I've had a download in my sleep before. But yeah, I have to consult with him on how to bring it all together. And I want to package it in a way where it meets everybody where they are.
I love it that you call it a download, because just as a creative, I think we all we get these things and it's like, it does feel like this is something amazing that's happening. It seems so simple to say I had an idea or a download, but like when it's received and it's like divinely received, that's something that's really special. I want to talk about your new project. I had a chance to listen to five tracks off of there. One of them is a single, which is already out and super successful. I think what you have, how many millions? 2 million streams?
Over 3 million.
3 million streams. Amazing.
Yes.
With John P. Key. And the project is Jekalyn and the Legends, right?
Yes.
It's incredible. I mean, you're working with some of the biggest names in gospel: Yolanda Adams, Shirley Caesar, BB Winans. Can you talk about where you got the idea for this project, and you knew like this is the right time?
Yeah.
Because to be 28 and you're with the legend, come on, girl.
It's great. My dad actually came with me. He's my manager.
Okay.
So he came to me with the idea, and it just went from there. We started writing, and I'm one who study my songs. I don't like to just place people on stuff. Like, no, I like to study to know whose voice I hear on there. And every single legend that I called, from Miss Yolanda, Pastor Shirley, BB Winans, all of them. They were just so excited to be a part of it, and I was obviously excited to have them. I think that for me, it's about keep bridging the gap, but for me, it's also about honor and letting them know, how much we still appreciate what they have done and what they're still doing, because you have a lot of them, they're still making history. They're still accomplishing things. People are still playing their music.
Yeah.
I have this segment in my live show that I like to do. It's called the Old School segment. And that's where I do like old school songs. And when I say the people go up every time, and it's just an indication that we still love them. We still love their songs, and it hits. And so to have these legends a part of this project just means absolutely everything to me. And just, letting them know, Jekalyn Carr loves you.
I wanted to talk, you've talked so much about like rising to the occasion, and I love what you said specifically when you were talking about people who are, the problem is winning over them when they're supposed to win over the problem. Can you talk about a time when you've been tested, or has your faith ever been tested?
Oh, yeah. My faith has been tested many times. That's how you get a lot of my songs. My song, Greater is Coming. That was my breakout single. My family and I was going through the shaking, the beating, and the pressing, okay? Everything that you can name. However, God came through. It was a time where God was really strengthening our faith. I recognized what my assignment was. And when you recognize what your assignment is, sometimes you got to understand that you're going to be tested in those areas as well. You're not exempt. You're going to have those situations. It may not be the next person's issue, but it's what God wants to increase and intensify your faith. So there were different moments for me, for my family, but listen, you can't tell me nothing when it comes to my God and when it comes to my faith, because I know who he is, and to see how he has come through many times. I'm very convinced, fully convinced that he cannot fail. And that's why you get a lot of the type of songs that I sing.
I love that. I was just thinking, you're making me think about my week and just certain things. And like, I will always say certain things, and it's things that my grandmother told me, like, basically, like, when you're going through the hardest struggles, like that's Satan testing you because you're this close to where you're supposed to be, or it's always darkest before dawn, like those type of sayings. Like, do you think that those things ring true for you as well?
Of course. I always tell people, wherever there's warfare, there's breakthrough. Of course, sometimes it's hard, but those moments where it gets extremely intense is an indication to you that you're doing something right. And then also you're close to what you have been believing God for. In those moments, of course, the enemy would try to convince you, oh, it's not going to happen. You've been waiting for this for X amount of years, and you haven't seen nothing come through. God forgot about you. He's gonna feed you all that, because you gotta understand he's an opposer of the truth.
Right.
He doesn't want to see you living in your true identity, so he's not gonna tell you the truth. When has he ever encouraged us to walk into destiny?
Right.
When has he ever encouraged us that God is gonna come through?
Yeah.
But it's in those moments where you have to have a flashback to know there were times that you didn't know how you were gonna make it.
Of course.
And God brought you out.
Yeah.
There were times you didn't know how you were going to make it past 2024, but here you are in 2025, and you're getting ready to enter into 2026, So it lets you know that there is a God who loves you, and not only does he love you, but he will love you into where he has promised you to be. So yeah, you got to learn how to shut the enemy down. When he get loud, you get louder.
Yeah.
You get louder with the word. You don't know what the word is. Get in there for yourself. Find out what it's talking about concerning your situation, because you will win.
Speaking of winning, you have won 10 Stellar Awards. Am I counting right?
Yes.
But you got your first Grammy last year.
This year.
This year.
Top of this year.
Oh, wow. So how much do these awards mean for you? And like, when you're setting your goals, like, what kind of goals are you setting?
These awards means a lot to me. But to be honest with you, it's never my goal to be like, oh, I'm gonna get that, and I may have a desire, but that's not my full focus. That's what I should say. That's not my full focus. I try to be faithful to my call, faithful to what I was destined to do, and in result of that, God rewards me in my due season, and that's what he's been doing. And I'll never downplay and be like, I don't want no Grammy.
Right.
The devil is a lie. If it's there for me, I want it. But I'm just saying, like, that's not why I do it.
Yeah, that's not your why.
That's not my why.
Understood.
And I genuinely love being able to give people hope and inspire people and bless them through my gifts and music and all the things. So yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you're only 28, but I heard President Joe Biden gave you the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
How does that feel to be so young and you've been awarded with a Lifetime Achievement Award from a president?
Yeah. Again, it just feels surreal. It was something that I did not expect. excuse me. Yes, again, like a lot of these accomplishments, they do not come by every day, and then you don't just get them. You know, it just lets you know that I feel like I think I've been doing something right. You know, I've been doing this since I was 5 years old, and just to see again just how it has really, really expanded into what it has become is just nothing but the grace of God. So to receive that honor, it was just beautiful.
I love that. Okay, so you're only 28. I know we keep talking about the age. Listen, if I could be 28 again, maybe that's why I keep saying this. And I'd give Zada a hard time too, because 21? Oh my God, 21. But just is there ever a time where you're like, I wish I had did this at this age versus being on stages and being in pulpits and do you have moments where you feel like you missed out on your childhood or like doing the younger things or, you know, maybe being tested a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, I don't because one of the things my parents did, they made sure that we prioritize balance. Even when I got into homeschool, balance was very, very key. I was an active little girl, so I modeled. I did cheered. I did a lot of things.
Okay, so you cheering is it's a hallmark of being a young girl.
And everything
for sure.
that I did was everything that I did was something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
And they invested in that. They cultivated that, you know, along my journey. You know how kids are. One day you want to do this and this day you want to do that. But I knew most importantly what I was born to do was this right here. So I was able to balance very well. I love hanging out with my family. We ATV, you know, I'm a country girl. So I love ATV riding, horseback riding, all of the things. And my school was a Christian school, so they ain't quite have prom.
Yeah.
But the time that I would have quote unquote had a prom, I was being honored by Ebony Magazine as alongside Beyonce, LeBron James.
Right. I read about that.
Yeah, so many. So
the
I'm
Power
like,
100.
Power 100.
Yeah.
So that's 100 people in this entire world, and they chose one as, you know, to be Jekalyn Carr. So I was like, I'll take that over prom any day. Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so I gotta ask, what is your guilty pleasure?
Chocolate. Desserts, period. I love desserts. I love pecan pie. Do you want me to go down the list?
Yes. Give me the whole menu.
My favorite ice cream is black walnut. Very old. Okay. And then I love peach cobbler extra crust. Yeah, I just love desserts, period.
With the ice cream?
You gotta have the ice cream.
Yeah.
Bluebell vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay, so for the rest of this year, like can you talk about, I know we have the album coming out and then you have, I'm assuming you're touring. You have the show on October 4th. Where can people check you out this year? Yeah,
you can follow me on all of my social media, which is at Jekalyn Carr. That's JekalynCarr. To stay connected with me, to know when something is releasing, the album, tour, all the things. I travel every week, doing my, you know, weekend dates and all of that, singing, speaking, whatever the assignment calls for. But yeah, you can follow me on all my social media.
Love it. Perfect. Following you right now.
Thank you.
I actually wanted to ask you a question as well. So going back to when you were honored by Ebony Magazine, you were 13, right? So what were your challenges coming into this business so young? Like, that's a lot of pressure.
I can honestly say I never really felt pressured because I just don't allow people to pressure me. But I will say one of the things that I dealt with was I was very young coming into the industry. And because you're young, you sometimes have to deal with, the you haven't been through enough, or you haven't, you're not qualified for this and that and the third. But I'm like, how is it not acceptable for me? But when you can read about Joash and Jeremiah and all of them every day, all day in the Bible. And so that afforded my parents, well, they was doing it anyway, but even more because they saw and they knew what was getting ready to happen, that allowed them to really teach me about owning who I am and not allowing the opinions of others or the intimidation of others, block my view of who I am and what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, that was like the biggest thing I had to experience. All that other stuff.
So other people basically have been a bigger obstacle to you than...
Well, ain't no obstacle,
okay.
But
challenge.
Yeah,
challenge.
Sometimes you get the opinion. Social media,
opinions are
especially nowadays. Social media just make people feel like
it'll make you throw your phone out the window.
I'm like, I don't know where people get the audacities from, but I wish I could, hook me up. You know what I'm saying?
Give me some of
Let me know where I can get it
Let
from.
me have some.
And a lot of people think that their opinion is what's supposed to determine where you're supposed to be, how far you're supposed to go. You cannot tell me that I don't belong on a platform when God himself put me there.
Yeah.
If he didn't want me to be there, he would have said, Jekalyn, you're not ready for that.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't allow other people how they feel. None of those things.
That's a great message.
And then it'd be the main ones who want to take a picture with you and when you see them in person. I'm like, nah, what you So yeah.
That is hilarious. Can you have you actually had that happen where you knew it was somebody that was
I've recognized
a
few faces.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with me too, like even when it comes to social media and negativity, I see it and I don't see it. Like and then too, the important thing again is building yourself. If you're not built, because it comes with the territory.
Right.
There's no way to escape it. But it's on you to build yourself so that stuff doesn't affect you negatively, because people have the right to say what they want to say. I also have the right to agree with or disagree with what I want and don't want. And so with that being said, if you can't handle it, you need to shut social media down, build yourself, then go back to it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what helps me too. I don't.
I'm glad you said that, because there's a few celebrities who come to mind where you're like, where is the person that can take the phone away?
Yeah, I'm not arguing back and forth. I just don't. No.
You also don't have the time.
I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the capacity. That's a lot. If I respond back to one, I may as well respond back to everybody.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
and I don't have time to try to convince you of who I am, the decision that God allowed me to make concerning my ministry and my journey. Is either you get with it or you can also unfollow.
Right.
There's always that option.
I love that. So you're a business unto yourself as well. You've gotten, I think it was 9 #1 Billboard singles as an independent artist. Can you talk about just both the pros and the cons of being your own business and you're an independent artist?
So my family, we have our own record label, publishing company, all of that, all writing, everything is in-house. And because of that, it's a little bit more work.
A little bit.
Not for me, for my dad. He got to do all the work. However, it's rewarding, because when you own your stuff, when you're in control, it helps you a little bit better. Like me, for example, even when it comes to albums and stuff, I don't ever feel the pressure of, I got to release music every year. I got to do that. No. We're going to get this album when we're supposed to get this album, okay? Right. And it may be now and it may be 2 years from now. But just being able to have that control is always great. And again, like I said, it's very rewarding. And that's why I always encourage people, no matter what your journey is, whether you're with a record label or you're independent, at the end of the day, the biggest thing is just making sure you don't mishandle yourself. And that can go for anything. You not knowing your business, or reading your contracts, having the right people that can do certain things for you.
Very key.
To ensure that you're not mishandled, because it's bigger than you just being gifted. You have to know that you matter off stage too.
How do you take care of yourself? What's your self-care look like?
I love getting massages. I just got one yesterday. I needed it because I've been traveling so much. But I love, again, ATV riding. I'm very simple. I love a good movie night.
What's the last movie you watched that you enjoyed?
The last movie that I went to the movie theater to see was Jurassic.
Okay, that was fun. Yeah.
I love that movie.
There's a lot of action.
And when you travel so much, you kind of like become a homebody by default sometimes. And I love being at home. I love my bed. I love creating what I want, whether it's movie night. Thank God for streaming now. We can just press that buy button and buy the movie. So I'm really simple. It doesn't take a lot for me to feel like I'm having fun. That's what I like to do.
Do you find it more rewarding when you have the whole vision and then you make it happen, or an opportunity comes to you and it's not something you would have necessarily thought of for yourself, but you do get that check in with God, and you can move forward with it, and you kind of, I don't know if this has ever happened for you, but you kind of surprise yourself by enjoying it, excelling at it, all of those things. Is there one or the other that?
I think both.
Yeah.
Because there are things that you're supposed to do, and then there's things that God want to send somebody to do it for you. I firmly believe that you ain't got to work hard all the time. If there's certain people in place, certain people who already have the position, who already has the right connections to make it happen for you, and God wants you to go that route, Yes. That's less work for you. All you got to do is show up and be the gifted person that you are. So I think both of them is very much needed.
So I kind of consider this a mindset podcast. I think I'm really big on me and my guests giving tools to the audience. What would you say is probably your best mindset tool that you would recommend to others just navigating the normal challenges of life right now in 2025?
I think for me, the biggest thing is having the right people in your corner, the right community. It helps you to get to where you're supposed to be. I always hear my dad say, you may not have all the people in your corner, just as long as you have the right people.
Ones,
And I think now it's very important that people understand how important accountability is, and it's going to pull the best out of you. It's going to help you become great in life. If you're surrounded by people that, girl, you need to go ahead, they'll never correct you when you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Never celebrate you when you're right. It's like always what you're not supposed to be doing. You're setting yourself up for failure. I don't care who you are.
You have to shut out those noises.
Exactly. You have to be connected to the right people so that you can go far in life. Because it don't matter how gifted you are. If don't nobody want to work with you, none of that matters. You know what I'm saying? If no one wants to be connected to you, so you want to be around people that will, again, help pull the best out of you. People that can push you, people that can encourage you, pray for you, cover you, and also correct you. And you being open to it, because we're not always right and we're not always wrong. It just depends on whatever the moment is. Can't go through life sometimes by yourself. You gotta have the right people.
Oh, that's very true. I'm big on community. Community is everything. How do you feel about affirmations?
Oh, gotta have them. Every morning, I look myself in the mirror. No, every morning, and not just the morning. There are times that I'll set my alarm to go off during the day.
Yeah.
To just speak things. It's always good to counteract. If I don't want to see it, I'm going to counteract it with the word of positivity. I firmly believe you're going to get results from either one you speak. But if I'm gonna get results, I might as well get results from the positive.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Even if it doesn't look that way in the moment, because some people are like, you're just in denial. I'm never in denial.
Yeah.
I see what I see. But just because I see it, that doesn't mean I have to say it or agree with it. So with that being said, we're going to release these affirmations.
Yes, I love it. So you're in the right place then, Jekalyn. I end every episode with the affirmations.
Yeah.
So I really struggle with today's affirmation because I feel like sometimes I use, they're very similar a lot of times. And so today's actually is about divine alignment. So the affirmation of the week, I walk in divine alignment. Doors open for me at the right time.
Yes.
In the right way.
Yes. You better preach.
You're rubbing off on me.
Okay.
So I want to check out some of your ministering.
Okay.
Can you tell me where I can find that?
YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube. It's on there. At Jekalyn Carr. Just type in my name.
Okay.
Girl, some of everything on there, but
Me too, I understand.
You'll find something, and I hope it encourages you.
No, it definitely will. You've been such a joy to
Thank
have here
you.
today. I
Thank
want to
you for
thank you
having
again
me.
for coming, and best of luck with the new
Aw,
project.
Thank you.
I already know. Listen, over 3
Over 3
million
million,
streams
yes.
already. That thing is out of there. You're going to have some more number. We're going to speak some more number ones.
Let's go to
We're gonna speak
affirmation.
some more Grammys.
Yes.
This girl is winning.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. And this has been my love letter to the world. Hey, world. Say it back to me. I want to hear it.
Hey, Janeé.
Hey, Janeé.
Thank you.